Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Mike and Kim here. Coffee pot's been emptied already, so now I'm having to
So we're wired.
I'm having to go to the tea. As most of you already know, we have these little sayings on our, Good Earth tea bags, and this one here is from Abraham Lincoln. It says, "Whatever you are, be a good one." Hey, I'm an apostate. I think I'm a good one.
I think we're going to try to be the best ones we can.
The best apostates we can be.
And we've had some great emails and comments this morning, guys. We've laughed, we've cried. Thank you so much. Just when we thought it's like, I'm just so tired of this. I can't do this anymore.
Then we get the email that says, "You guys helped me stop a Jehovah Witness."
So you gave us the encouragement to go on, and we've been hard at work researching one that is very deep. It's part 2 of our credentials one, and this one is going to be a serious one. But we were up till 10:30 the other night, researching, and then we were back at researching, and our kids came out yesterday, so we didn't have too much time to work on it yesterday.
No,
but
so
we're going to
get
get back
3 or 4 other videos on different subjects.
Yeah.
And the thing about the credentials, we're
having
so much
way
fun with
too much fun with that one.
Yeah, as we get these videos posted, you'll kind of see how we kind of go back, bounce back to that list of credentials. It's just so absolutely ridiculous. If I was the Watchtower Society, that article alone would have been my single source of the most embarrassing piece of filth they ever put out there.
Yeah, and as you will see in the other videos that we get posted, the kids and us did some together as a family. Shyla and I did another frequently asked questions, 1 or 2. And even though the subject has absolutely nothing to do with the credentials, we just pop it in right there.
Yeah. But this video here, we're going to kind of keep this one real short because we want to get on to editing our part 2 of the credentials.
Well, I was going to say that we're going to stick this at the beginning of a video of the frequently asked questions that Shyla and I did yesterday.
Because it actually dawned on Kim that
I woke up this morning, it's like, boom, you know what? This is a serious subject. And I know we do a lot of laughing and joking and mocking, but this is very serious. And I just first wanted to say that when we are discussing this in Shyla and I's video, we are no way downplaying, mocking, or making fun of any depression or post-traumatic stress disorder or substance or alcohol abuse. We are no way making fun of that because it's a very serious matter. The point we were trying to make is that it is a very serious problem in this organization, and we hear over and over again, don't we, Mikey?
And even though there was a joke alluded to in this video you're going to watch that's attached to this disclaimer, we also want to sit here and acknowledge the problems that Jehovah's Witnesses do truly have, and it's a problem that's not exposed. It's actually hidden and kept secret.
Yeah. Well, I did not mean it as a joke.
No.
I was being dead serious that, the Kingdom Halls, all the witnesses have problems, and I will admit, I was
living proof.
I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder about 4 years ago. There were some other problems going on. And right after that happened, we were having problems with a neighbor, and, I'll get into that later. But, the elders also came and added to it, but I had to go on Paxil, so at least I think it was Paxil. It's one of those antidepressants. And I noticed after a year and a half that I was a total mindless zombie, that I didn't give a crap about anything. And I did not like that. And, fortunately I was able to wean myself off of them, but I'm not saying, if you need help, please seek help. Because this is very serious. There is a lot of this problem within the Jehovah Witness organization. My own little brother, even though he was under the care of a therapist and on antidepressants, still committed suicide. So this is a very severe problem, and we're doing this seriously. That you can't let. We may laugh and joke about a lot of this stuff, like I said, but this is a serious problem that we need to address and
talk about
realize.
The serious side of it. Just a couple of quick experiences, because we're going to keep this short, so we're going to get right to the point.
I thought you said we weren't going to do any experiences.
Well, no, just relating a few things. A few years ago, during a Sunday meeting, there was 2 brothers going down to a circuit assembly, and these 2 brothers had parts. And they got involved in a head-on collision with a drunk driver this Sunday morning, and one of the brothers, the driver of the vehicle, passed away, and it was announced right after the meeting, because there was a lot of commotion going back and forth from the telephone, and it was very distracting to the meeting. And it was announced right after the meeting that the brother had lost his life. It was so sad, because you could see the witnesses that were on these happy pills, because right after the meeting they were just laughing and joking like nothing had ever happened, and we lost a brother, and these people were just laughing like nothing had ever happened. The point I'm making is that Jehovah's Witnesses claim that they're the most happy people on the face of the earth, and I gotta ask, why are you turning to happy pills if you're the most happy people on the earth?
Yeah.
You're self-deceived into thinking you are when you're not.
Yeah, it's a serious problem in this organization. And,
yeah, thanks.
We need to address this. We need to realize it. And coming out, you look back and it's like, oh my God, this is a serious problem. There is a high rate of suicides, depression, post-traumatic stress, and don't minimize this problem.
No,
it is a very serious problem that is leading to deaths, and all I got to say is
unnecessarily.
You're not alone. You're not alone. And, get help if you need it, please. And don't feel embarrassed to get this help and ask for help. We try to be a loving environment and understand, we're all in this together, and try to help one another. And I just want to say, don't let this satanic cult, this damaging cult, win. Don't let them win. They're not worth it.
The other thing that I want, if you're a current Jehovah's Witness and you're viewing this, before you shut this off, I want you to ponder this, because I had this discussion with my own mother about 3 years ago. I actually posed her this question. I says, if Jehovah's Witnesses are supposed to be the happiest people on the face of the earth, then why do so many of our brothers and sisters turn to these mind-altering drugs like Prozac, or alcoholism or whatever? We're not the happy. Right off the bat, my mother mocked or balked at that question. Oh, that just ain't true. And I just said, Mom, just back up and look. And 2 weeks later, she called me on the phone and she says, Michael, I did what you said. I backed up and I looked, and she says, you're right. But the problem is she began to make excuses for it. Don't make excuses for it.
In fact, we think that his mother is an alcoholic.
Well, yeah, there's been a couple other things that she's mentioned over the years.
There's been a couple of incidences
that lead me to believe.
I have seen myself, to where she's had so many martinis on her usual martini night, Friday night, that, she can barely talk straight and walk straight.
So, there is no quick and easy answer, but Kim and I, as ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, we do know that that problem is there, and we do know that Jehovah's Witnesses, the governing body, their hierarchy, are actually the ones causing these problems, because when you go to these recovery groups and start reading the posts of those that have left the organization, they're admitting, hey, I don't need my happy pills no more. Jehovah's Witnesses, this cult, is directly responsible for these people turning to their happy pills.
Yeah.
And maybe
I was just going to say, we do know that there is, some medical disorders that you do need these medications, and there's nothing wrong with that.
But don't use it as an excuse to find happiness.
Yeah. Yeah. Put the blame where it really is. It's in this mind control cult that wants to dominate your life in every aspect. And we apologize for this video being so long, but it was a few things that we felt strongly about. And as you will see, Shyla and I, in the part coming up, that we feel very strongly about, the way the society presents themselves to the public and what the truth really is.
So, enjoy the frequently asked question episode to follow.
Yes.
We're back! And I'm hyped up on sugar finally.
Oh, good Lord, not again.
You're the one that had the bowl of M&Ms.
That was Dad's.
Well, oh well. Hey, at least I finally ate all his chocolate now instead of him eating all of mine.
Yeah, chocoholic.
Well, we are back to do our next frequently asked questions about Jehovah's Witnesses, and this is
number 5.
I think this is number 5 because you and Dad
Yeah,
took
we
care
had
of
to
number
do it.
4.
Shyla's been working and busy, you know, Madam President of the local, and
Local interpreter affiliation chapter, so we look after our local interpreters.
Yeah.
And well, I've also been busy because I'm officially a student again. I'm going back to finish up 4 classes I need to get a liberal arts degree, and then hopefully, if things work out, if the end doesn't come, I'll
get her bachelor's.
I just made myself laugh. Uh-oh. What is that?
What the hell?
Santa Batman.
He's as retarded as your father.
Yeah. Well, they say you marry someone like your dad. Oh, well. Yeah, so hopefully, if all goes well, I'll be going back for my bachelor's.
You hear that, Jehovah's Witnesses? Kids, get an education.
Get an education.
Armageddon is not coming.
Yeah. Well,
and get your teeth fixed, too.
See, they got mine fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Armageddon is not coming to, you know, fix all these problems.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we're getting off topic. So,
I know.
I'm not going to say which frequently asked questions we're taking care of just yet. We wanted to read to you a very encouraging experience, like what you would hear at a district convention.
All right.
Yeah, from a fellow brother. So, I'm just going to jump right into it. I enjoyed the stimulating conversation and energetic atmosphere at the meeting. These people related to each other as easily as brothers and sisters, and clearly felt they were part of one global family. They seemed very happy with their lives. After my depression of the previous month, I was invigorated by all that positive energy. I went home that night feeling lucky to have met such nice people.
Heartwarming.
I was elated at the thought that my life's path was now on the only true track. The thought that God was actively working to bring about the Garden of Eden. No more war, no more poverty, no more ecological destruction, just love, truth, beauty, and goodness. We truly identified with the early Christians. The more people opposed us, the more committed we felt. It was as if we were God's army in the middle of a spiritual war. The only ones who could go to the front lines and fight Satan each day. Okay, yeah. We saw believers as people searching for God or looking for spiritual means in their lives. It was always amazing to me to realize how many people in this category told us they had just been praying to God to show them what He wanted them to do with their lives. Many believed they were spiritually led to meet one of our members.
And we have heard many of these experiences our whole lives.
District convention. You know, I was just about ready to kill my family when that knock on the door. And, it's Jehovah's Witness. Isn't this a wonderful experience of a Jehovah's Witness? Oh, whoops. I guess I should have kept on reading. My bad. These are the words of Steve Hassan, a former member of the Unification Church held by Korean leader Reverend Moon, also known as the Moonies. Now, I know this was before my time, but that was a cult, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was a
cult. So this Steve Hassan, he was in a cult, right?
Yep.
Huh.
And now he has...
Now, isn't it funny how his experience is how many of Jehovah's Witnesses express their experiences. Excuse me, the experiences on district convention assembly parts. I mean, I know you sat through those boring ass things just as much as I did.
Yeah, and I'm beginning to wonder. I wonder if they got some of their experiences from Steve Hassan's.
Oh, maybe. Well, we do know they use other people's work.
Yeah.
Oh no, they don't do that.
I know everybody knows Steve Hassan, but in case some of you who don't know, when he left the Moonies, he went to school, and he's gotten several letters behind his name now.
Oh, you mean real credentials? I just got done watching that video. So
diplomas on the wall, even not some made-up credentials.
Not the credential of being the apple of Jehovah's eye.
No. Oh, don't get me to laughing.
Okay, so in case you haven't figured out yet, that is the frequently asked questions we are tackling now. Are Jehovah's Witnesses a cult?
Oh, no.
Well, look, they even say no. Jehovah's Witnesses are not a cult. Rather, we are Christians who do our best to follow the example set by Jesus Christ and to live by his teachings.
Don't start. You're going to get me to
Okay. So, no, we're not a cult because we say we're not a cult.
Isn't that the circular reasoning we mentioned in our last video?
Okay. Isn't it wonderful? Watchtower has defined for us what is a cult.
Oh, I'm sure they're saying it's not going to be what they are.
The term cult means different things to different people. Really? Because I think what everybody else thinks is, kind of like the dictionary definition is, which actually, you know what? I think this is a good time to say, we went to the freedictionaryonline.com to look up what means a cult. A religion, or do you want to read this one, or can you see that?
Oh, I can see that. I'm wearing my glasses.
All right, well, why don't you read it?
All right. A religion or religious sect generally considered to be extremist or false, with its followers often living in an unconventional manner under the guidance of an authoritarian, charismatic leader. Or leaders.
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't there a religion I know of that has 8... what are they called? The governing body who control everything? Charismatic leaders.
The followers of such a religion or sect. A system or community of religious worship and ritual.
Wait, Oh, you must go out in service. That's a form of your worship. Ritual. No, Jehovah's Witnesses don't. Well, sing a song, pray, sit down, listen to your indoctrination. Sing another song, sit down for more indoctrination. Sing another song, and then closing prayer. Is that a ritual?
Yeah.
Or what about the ritual of going out in service every Saturday?
Yep. That's a ritual.
Just so I'm clear of what a ritual is.
Yeah.
You lost your place, huh?
You got me distracted here. Okay. The formal means of expressing religious reverence, religious ceremony, and ritual, a usually non-scientific method or regimen claimed by its originator to have exclusive or exceptional power in curing a particular disease. Obsessive, especially faddish, devotion to or veneration for a person, principle, or thing.
Wait. Read that one again?
Obsessive, especially faddish, devotion to or veneration for a person, principle, or thing.
You must stay loyal to Jehovah no matter what, even if you have to shun your family to prove your loyalty. Does that count?
Yeah, well, I was thinking right here on the wall, behind the camera here, November 2013 Watchtower Study Edition, page 20. Sorry, I have to lean in to read it.
Paragraph 17.
Yeah, and they have a number 3, and it says, at that time, the life-saving direction that we received from Jehovah's organization.
Wait. Jehovah's organization aka the governing body, those 8 leaders.
Yeah, may not appear practical from a human standpoint, all of us must be ready to obey any instructions we may receive, whether these appear sound from a strategic or human standpoint or not.
So obsessive, especially faddish devotion to or veneration for a person, principle, or thing. Well, dang, doesn't that article right there covers all 3 of those?
Your life may depend on it.
Yeah, it covers all 3 of those. Person, principle, or thing. Stay loyal to the governing body, folks. Principle? Oh, you just need to obey Jehovah. And thing? Well, I guess that could apply to Jehovah too.
Well, I was thinking of Stephen Hassan's BITE model too. You know, we're all familiar with that. You know, behavior, information, thought, and emotion control.
So let's talk about that for a second. Okay.
And then I'll let you get back to your reading here of what why witnesses claim they're not a cult.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a short video.
We tried.
Right, so Steve Hassan, he was a member of the Mooney cult. All right, he gets out, he gets an education, he gets some real credentials.
Starts helping people who are in cults. Funny how he helps ex-Jehovah Witnesses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he thinks they're a cult.
Yeah, isn't that funny? And okay, so his BITE model, behavior control. Do Jehovah's Witnesses do that?
Oh no. They only tell you how to dress, talk, think.
Well, hell, don't they even tell you about the intimate things that are acceptable or not acceptable between a married man and woman?
And then everything else is adulterous acts.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. At one point, I just thought of this. I don't know what magazine that was from, but didn't they say that missionary was the only acceptable form of intimacy?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Behavior control. We'll let you think about that. All right. Information control. Do they do that?
Do not go to apostate websites. Do not listen to apostate videos. I had an elder tell me that Archaeology magazine was apostate literature because it went against the Society's 607 date. If that isn't control, I don't know what is of information, you know.
And I've sat there numerous times. Well, actually, hey, look at that one magazine. I know Dad's mentioned it a couple of times in other videos that we have brothers who painstakingly do all the research for you so you don't have to take the time to do it. So we've done it. Trust us.
Yeah, that's one of our favorites.
Information control? I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see, what's next?
Thought control?
Thought control.
You have to shun your family. If they have left Jehovah's organization, they are evil, mentally diseased apostates, and you have to avoid them at all costs. And if it wasn't for the law of the land, they should be stoned.
Yeah, I think that's thought control. Well, and even just simply the thought of, even for myself, and I know many, even after leaving, you still have that thought that will just pop into your mind. Oh my God, what if they are right? That is thought control. Because I know in my brain that they are wrong on every level. But yet, why is it that thought, oh my God, what if they are right, pops in? It's thought control. One of the identifying marks of a cult.
And when I was picking up my holiday cards, I looked at that and it's like, oh my God, you shouldn't even be touching these. It's like, wait a minute, no, I'm sending them out to everybody.
Yeah. And I mean, we could go on and on about the thought control that we have had growing up as witnesses, and even now after we've left, that thought control still tries to take hold.
Do you mind if I go back to information control? I just thought of something.
Well, this is our video. I think we can do whatever we want.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to go back to information control here for just a minute. Made me think of something. Growing up, one of Jehovah's Witnesses for the past 49 years, and I never knew that Jesus Christ celebrated Hanukkah. I mean, and it's right there in the New World Translation in the footnotes. But how many witnesses look down in the footnotes or in the back in the appendix? I never knew that until just a few weeks ago. And I was reading John 10:22 and 23. Oh my God, he celebrated Hanukkah.
Well, yes, because I think in their Bible, don't they just say Winter Festival?
Winter Festival. And how many witnesses are going to go research and look and see what the Winter Festival is?
Huh. So wait a minute. Jesus celebrated Hanukkah?
Yeah, and I have the reference large print, New World Translation, and down in the footnote below that scripture, it does say Winter Festival, Hanukkah.
Huh.
So,
interesting.
But you never see that in a Watchtower article.
So wait a minute then. Since I'm a newly self-appointed apostate...
It's not official yet.
It's not official yet. I haven't been disfellowshipped, which, come on, brothers, I'm making this easy for you. I have my real name. I've said what state I live in. Come on, just fellowship me. God, just get it over with. I've openly admitted I'm an apostate.
That's your credentials.
See, I have credentials too. Great, you made me forget where I was going. Oh, okay, so since I'm new to this whole apostate thing and celebrating holidays and stuff like that, isn't Christmas kind of derived from Hanukkah? Like, I know Christmas is a mix of various celebrations and all of that, but I believe, isn't Hanukkah one of them that's involved?
Well, Christmas is considered a winter festival, so.
Well, actually, that's going to be the one of the next facts we tackle is the recent one about Christmas.
In fact, aren't we going to get the entire family together for that one? I think
we might. Yes, I think we might.
Yeah.
I lost my spot. Okay.
Now we have to do emotional.
Behavior control. Oh, yeah. Well, and you know what? I do want to just add something more about that.
Which one?
Behavior control.
Okay, going back to the very beginning.
Oh.
No, go ahead.
No, thought control. Sorry. I got confused.
Am I making you mess up?
Thought control. Thought control. There we go. Growing up as a witness, the thought control, which I like to think of it too as the guilt that you feel.
Oh, yeah.
Because as witnesses, they're always hammering it into you. Go out in service, go to meetings, go to conventions, Bible reading. And if you can't live up to this
no matter
goal,
what, it's never good enough.
It's never good enough. So then you have this thought control, I am never good enough. And I think I'm going to admit this right now. I have always had a problem with self-esteem and feeling like I am a worthless piece of garbage that shouldn't even be alive. This is what I thought of as a teenager. And I actually just had a purge last week. I went through my closet and finally got rid of all of my old witness clothing. Yay! And it was awesome too, because of how they made me feel, that thought control that I'm a worthless person, I never took care of myself, and I was severely overweight. And so it was wonderful trying on those clothes because they are way too big for me now. Because now being out of Watchtower, I finally have some self-worth, and I can see that I'm not this worthless piece of trash that nobody could love, that is just going to die. And I'm actually eating better, so is my husband. And I mean, I still have to deal with it, but it's getting better. And that is a thought control that was not my own. That was from the witnesses.
Yeah. No matter what, you're never good enough.
So
you can
then
never
why
live
should
up to their standards.
Right. So then why should I take care of myself? That's why I ate junk food and was 60 pounds heavier than what I am now.
Yeah. Thanks, Watchtower.
Yeah, thank you. But you know what? It's getting better every day.
Yeah. It is. It does get better with time. And, I know a lot of you are going through a lot of these same difficulties and the shunning. And it's a grieving process that you have to go through. Yeah. But I can say it does get better with time. And you're not alone.
No, you're not alone. Because everything that you have felt or gone through is pretty much what we have and everybody else. It's not you. It's the cult. Yes, Jehovah's Witnesses are a cult. Which, we forgot the last one, emotional control.
Yeah. And then we gotta read what Watchtower says, why they're not a cult, too. So, this is going to be a little bit longer one than we normally do. But okay, go ahead. Emotional control.
Emotional control. Well, I think by me saying how I felt growing up,
that's the emotional control.
That's the emotional control.
The guilt, the fear.
The guilt, the fear. Also,
the nightmares of, I didn't want to go to grade school when I was a kid because I was afraid Armageddon was going to come and, I would be away from my house and my family. I would have nightmares. I had nightmares up until a year ago.
Me too. Well, and also, too, emotional control. I remember when we first started waking up and researching outside of Watchtower to get the true information, myself, even though I could see that it was a lie, I was still under the emotional control because I was going to stay in as a Jehovah's Witness and fake it just so I could keep my family, my other family.
Yeah, we were hoping just to fade away, and thanks to your grandmother.
Well, your mother.
Yeah, my mom.
And your mother-in-law. I don't claim any of them. They're not family. They're not family. They're just people that I know.
It's Dad's mother.
Yeah.
I'm not going to claim them either.
But that, too, is emotional control because they were holding my family hostage. And I knew, and that you knew, if we left, we would lose our family. That we would be shunned. That our family wouldn't even talk to us anymore.
Yeah.
And, well, it happened.
Well, we were talking to somebody yesterday, one of our viewers, and he said that when he first started being enlightened and coming out, that he ordered Ray Franz's books, Crisis of Conscience, and he said that when he got the package, he knew what it was, and he said that his hands were shaking, and he just sat there looking at the package saying, what am I doing, reading this stuff, and he says, you know what? No. If it is the truth, then it will stand up to scrutiny.
Yeah.
And, he would, same thing. He was expecting Ray Franz's book to be a bitter, angry man that, just lashed out at Watchtower and was just criticizing them left and right. And he was very surprised. And he realized, you know what? They cannot stand up to scrutiny. And that's what gives us all of our material for all of our videos. They cannot stand up to the scrutiny.
That's why you have so many angry viewers, JW apologists and defenders, who then start attacking you and saying, oh, you're just ugly and stupid.
Yeah. But we've got actually more excellent viewers, and we love all of you guys. Keep it up. And,
okay, so I know we kind of been rambling for 23 minutes now.
Okay.
So now let's look at what Jehovah's Witnesses have to say what a cult is.
Yeah, and why they're not a cult.
So,
do you remember where you left off?
Yeah, I was somewhere in here, so I'm going to just go back.
Well, I know you did what is a cult, because then we read the definition.
Oh, yeah, and then the term cult means different things to different people, and then that's where we got distracted.
Yeah.
All right, so continuing. However, consider two common perceptions regarding cults and why those perceptions don't apply to us.
Oh, never.
Oh, so 2 reasons why these perceptions. Okay, but what about all of the other perceptions? Is this kind of like their credentials? It doesn't apply to us. No!
Yeah, we have credentials saying we're not a cult because we say we are.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Some think...
You want me to call Dad in here?
No.
Don't want to get him started.
No. So, now Now, and of course, like most Jehovah's Witness fact pages, they don't say where they're getting this perceptions. There's no quotes. There's no references. There's no citation. So I can't even find out where or who says this is what a cult is. All right, so some think of a cult as being a new or unorthodox religion. Jehovah's Witnesses have not invented a new religion. On the contrary, we pattern our worship after that of the first century Christians whose example and teachings were recorded in the Bible. We believe that the Holy Scripture should be the authority on what is orthodox in matters of worship.
How is taking a verse out of context? Never mind.
No, how is taking Scripture out of context, twisting it to fit your own means,
and agendas,
making it seem orthodox?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so the first century Christians, unorthodox, new. Well, how long has the Catholics been going in their religion?
They claim the Apostle Peter was their first pope.
Okay, so first century?
Yeah, and some of the research we have found, the Pharisees who survived the destruction in 70 CE fled to Rome and started their, intertwined with the religion there at the time and started the Catholic Church.
So what about the Jewish religion?
Yeah.
That's been going on for, I don't even know how long.
Thousands and thousands of years.
Well, since before Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, if you're following the first century, they celebrated Hanukkah.
Yeah! Wait, if you follow... You know what? That's a good point. If you follow the first century Christians, why don't you celebrate Hanukkah?
Or
they did.
Or the Sabbath.
Or the Sabbath, exactly.
Or Passover.
You come up with good ideas once in a while.
Once in a while, I have a good thought.
Well, and or also unorthodox. Now, I might not understand the meaning of that word too well, but using the context, it kind of seems like maybe a deviance or something that doesn't follow the norm. Is that what unorthodox means?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
not the norm,
So they claim they follow Jesus, that he is their savior. Now, why is it that Jehovah's Witnesses is the only religion that I'm aware of that says that Jesus Christ is Michael the Archangel?
Yeah. Everybody else knows.
Is that not unorthodox?
Yeah. Everybody else knows he's a deity.
So they, Jehovah's Witnesses, believe that Holy Scripture should be the authority on what is orthodox or not. What about the blood issue?
Yeah, that's unorthodox.
That is an unorthodox teaching because nowhere in the Bible does it say anything about taking blood transfusions. And you make your worshipers, your followers, believe you in saying that blood transfusions make Jehovah sad. And it doesn't mean you're loyal to him. That seems unorthodox to me.
Well, I was going to say, Mark and Cora just did a video, and shout out to hi Mike and Cora. Love you guys. Sorry. Anyway, Mark just did a video about Kingdom Halls are blood transfusion centers. And when you think about that, it's like, what? Is he crazy? No, he's absolutely right. Every time a mother breastfeeds her baby, millions of white cells get transferred to the baby. It's a fraction, but it's still a blood transfusion.
Oh, well, see, fractions are accepted now if you're a Jehovah's Witness. So it's okay.
Yeah, that's why the part of the holiday we're celebrating is just a fraction.
Yeah, it's just a fraction of Christmas.
Yeah, only the tree and the gift giving and the lights. That's just fractions.
It's just a fraction of Christmas, so it's okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. We got distracted again. We're having way too much fun with this.
See, this is what happens when we don't do these regularly.
Yeah. Well, we haven't seen each other in a while, too.
We've had bad weather, so we haven't been able to come out here.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to their next perception of what a cult is.
Okay, I'm going to be laughing during this.
I don't even know if I can read it. Some think of a cult as being a dangerous religious sect with a human leader.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a cult. Are you having a speechless moment like your dad did the other night?
If I'm not mistaken, don't they have 8 human leaders that dictate what is doctrine and what isn't doctrine and what changes or what flip-flops?
Okay, now dangerous. Okay, you refuse blood. That's dangerous. Thousands and thousands of witnesses have died. In fact, there's a case going on right now in Australia, I believe it is, where the court has forced
a 17-year-old boy
to have a blood transfusion. And, of course, you know, they're all witnesses, and he has refused. But they have won the court case, and now they are going to, you know, give him the needed blood transfusion.
to save his life.
So, dangerous religious sect? Oh, hell yeah.
They are.
Look at with the shunning. You know, so many ex-Jehovah's Witnesses are committing suicide.
Yeah.
Even current ones. Dangerous sect. Yes.
Yeah. You are.
It messes you up mentally.
It does.
You know, thousands and thousands have post-traumatic stress from being in this religion.
I have a distant relative. His mother was a witness, and he was for a short time not really into it, but he experienced his mother forcing him to go out in service, forcing him to go to meetings, forcing him to not participate in holidays. Now he is an adult and wants nothing to do with the witnesses, but even just going through that, he now has PTSD. And he has a lot of emotional problems because of what his mother subjected him to.
And is under the care of a therapist. You know, thank God he got help.
Yeah.
But
that dangerous? Yes, they are.
Deadly.
Okay, so I'm going to continue reading under that same subtitle.
Okay, you read it, because I'm going to start laughing.
Jehovah's Witnesses do not look to any human as their leader. Wait a minute, didn't you just read that? What did it say?
Obey, even if it doesn't sound from a strategic or human standpoint.
All of us must be ready to obey any instructions we receive. Oh, but you're saying here you don't look to any human as your leader? Where's that instruction coming from?
Well, they claim it comes from Jehovah.
Jehovah uses them as their sole channel. Right, because remember their credentials? They're the apple of Jehovah's eye.
Can't forget those credentials.
I'm glad I watched that video before this.
Funny, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so continuing.
You just can't make that crap up.
No, you can't make that up. Rather, we adhere to the standard that Jesus set for his followers when he stated, your leader is one, the Christ.
Too bad they don't listen to him.
Too bad they don't listen to him. Because you know what? The Bible doesn't tell you to shun, but yet this is something that this dangerous cult has come up with.
Well, I was going to say, how long did Jesus Christ shun Peter for denying him?
Or doubting Thomas?
Oh, yeah. That
he doubted.
That would have been a disfellowshipping offense, too.
Yeah. So, I love this next part. Far from being a dangerous cult, Jehovah's Witnesses practice a religion that benefits its members and others in the community. Oh, yes, because you guys have so many charities set up to help the poor, to feed the poor and homeless. Oh, wait, they don't have any charities, do they?
Oh, I've been in it my entire life. Oh, and I've had so many benefits for being a Jehovah's Witness. Oh, Lord, I think I need a drink.
God.
You know, for once, it's impossible to get through these without laughing your ass off.
So okay. So here's how they benefit the community.
Where's your father? Maybe we need him in here.
Okay.
All right. I think I got it under control now.
Collect yourself.
Okay.
Our ministry has helped many people to overcome harmful addictions such as the abuse of drugs and alcohol. What the hell?
Prozac?
Why is it so many of your members, so many of you current Jehovah's Witnesses have to be on some kind of medication to deal with anxiety and depression? I know for a fact, especially here in our states, that almost every single local needs talk or needs of the circuit, when I still went to assemblies, was about alcohol abuse from current Jehovah's Witnesses.
Well, I was going to say, even in Dad Knight's congregation, there was a ministerial servant that there was a local needs talk because he had been arrested for a DUI, but he still served as an MS.
Yeah. Okay, so you help people overcome harmful addictions.
You cause harmful addictions.
You're the ones who cause it.
You like that one, huh?
Well, that's where I was going with it.
Ooh, great minds think
Oh, God. Okay. Oh, look. There's an in addition.
Oh. I don't know if my stomach can handle it.
In addition, we conduct literacy classes around the world, helping thousands learn to read and write.
So you can study Watchtower literature
and read the Bible. Yeah. Well, do they do that? Because I don't ever remember doing anything like that.
Yeah, in some of these countries.
Oh, like developing countries?
Yeah. They have had literacy.
Yeah, you teach people to read and write your own garbage. And we are actively involved in disaster relief.
Yeah. As some of you know.
I'll let you deal with that one.
Yeah, they just sent a letter to all the congregations, and we have a copy of that letter that they're begging for money, you know, to send help to the Philippines. And don't put in the memo what the money is supposed to be for. Just send it to the society, and the governing body will decide what they're going to do.
Yeah, you know what they're going to do with your money you send in? What do you think is paying for that new fortress they're building in Warwick? That's your money, Jehovah's Witnesses, that they're using to build that fortress.
Yeah. And do you think they're going to give any of this back to the members or help the community or anything with the billions they're raking in on sales of property and donations and their investment income? No.
All right. So, the last sentence at 40 minutes later. We work hard to have a positive impact on others, just as Jesus commanded his followers to do. Positive impact? Positive impact? What the hell are they referring to? Because as far as I'm concerned, there has been no positive impact to me personally ever being a Jehovah's Witness. And now that I'm not a Jehovah's Witness, you took my family. You are holding my family hostage in your cult.
Were we supposed to read something from Ray Franz's book here?
Oh, yeah. It kind of doesn't apply yet. Anyway, that experience that I was reading from Steve Hassan in the beginning was actually from In Search of Christian Freedom by Ray Franz.
He quotes it.
And he actually uses citation to show where he got it.
Yeah, he doesn't just say, a psychologist.
Oh, wait, you mean like they did in their credentials? Oh, God. Oh, crap, what was it? It was something like, workers for the vineyard is one of their credentials. So at least Ray Franz actually
servants called by another name. Isaiah 65:15.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, we still have the list of credentials and still joke of the family.
So anyway, that quote from Steve Hassan was from his book Combating Cult Mind Control. That's where it's quoted from if you want to read it. Oy, I'm tired. I need a nap now.
I need a drink.
God.
Wow.
So, you know what? Are Jehovah's Witnesses a cult? That's for you to decide. Form your own opinions. In our opinion, because we were raised in it, for me, my whole life, I was born in. You came in when you were what, 1?
1 or 2,
1,
somewhere
2,
around there.
something like that. So technically, you could be, you've been raised in it your whole life.
Yeah, basically born in.
And seeing how
and I never got to celebrate Christmas.
Don't worry. This year you get to.
I know.
It's okay. Because we were involved with it for so long, now it is a dangerous cult because it destroys families. It destroys lives. People have killed themselves because of what the witnesses, Jehovah's Witnesses, have done.
It's messed up everyone's mind.
It's messed up everybody.
We all have emotional baggage.
All of us. There is something wrong with us, but it's not our fault. The reason we have these problems is because, call a spade, Jehovah's Witnesses are a dangerous cult. I'm done. You got anything else to say?
Yeah, I need a drink. Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Thanks for being so patient. That was a long one.
Yeah, sorry it was so long.
So, isn't it wonderful? Oh, yes, they benefit the community. So, let's see. They have, for example, they're going to tell us how they benefit the community.
Oh, good. Because my mind is blank of how they do.
I don't know. You might have to start wearing Depends for these. You might wet yourself with this next one.
Everybody pause it. Run to the bathroom. We're going to need it. Maybe it's the recording.